Happy Wednesday. We just got back from the movies. I can finally...
I'm going to kindergarten tomorrow.
You're going to your screening, huh?
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to record for forever because I've not been able to find my charger. I think Keaton's birthday's the last time I did a video.
Wait, no. You're not talking about that. If you want to describe, just hit this subscribe button.
That's right. So what movie did we see today? Let's interview.
We saw Kung Fu Panda.
And was it a good movie?
Yeah, too.
Was it a good movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a big tiger that Kung Fu Panda defeated.
We are really enjoying our summer movies. Through Regal. We are really enjoying going to them. It's a little hard because my hours are rough for work because I can't, I'm trying to do things with them because they go back to school in just a little less than a month. So it's tough. But we're trying to make it to each of them. And we've been pretty successful so far. I think we missed, 2 so far. And they're on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They're $1. But anyhow, I made an Amazon order, and I ordered a new charger and a couple new batteries for my camcorder because I'm missing our life. I also decided, because it was a whim, I'm trying to see if I can find somewhere to set you guys. Let me see if I can do this. On a whim, we decided to, there we go, have a back to school party. Because we love our parties. We do. And I thought it would be fun for the kids. I'm debating whether or not we're going to invite anyone else or if it's just going to be us. It's just easier if it's us. But I found on Amazon some back to school. There's little cake plates and regular plates and some cups. And then this is just a selfie thing. It came with it's a big board that says back to school. And then it's got a bunch of selfie sticks to go with it. And then I just got a couple back to school banners. This one just has apples on it, and then this one has, guys, please be nice to one another. And this has the pencils that says back to school too, I think. As far as back to school shopping goes, we're pretty good on that. I took the boys, guys, I took the boys last week to Target, and we got a lot of their stuff. This just came in the mail for Nate. So it was out. Nate gets a locker for the first time this year. So
Actually, we might not use a locker.
Why?
Because of COVID.
Why?
I really just said because of COVID. Because Miss Tolpino said last year we didn't use the lockers because of COVID, so this year we might not use them.
You got to be kidding me, because I just ordered a bunch of crap for you. Well, he's supposed to have a locker. Well, I guess remain to be seen what happens. So, what did they do with their stuff?
I don't know.
Because he switches classes this year. I don't know either.
I can make a house.
I don't know. But guys, I'm trying to record. Please go away. Go away! So, I started to buy him some stuff for his lockers. If they don't use it, I guess they don't use it. He can always use it next year, I guess. Keegan, let's see, where's Keegan at? I ordered the backpacks. This is probably the last year I'm ordering from Pottery Barn Kids. And I always feel bad because I feel like Keegan gets stripped, but Nate has had 2 backpacks. Oh, no, I guess not, because Nate's had 2 backpacks from now. This will be his 3rd. And Keegan's had 2 backpacks. This will be his 2nd. Well, he used it for, yes, he did. You just be quiet.
We have too much of this Tupperware crap. I can't even get it in now.
Well, stack it together. But I ordered their backpacks. It was $142 for the 2 backpacks because I get them from Potty Barn Kids, and they're really nice quality backpacks. and they last. I mean, Nate used the first one he had for 2 or 3 years. Well, he's going to be in 5th grade, so for 2 years, and the next one for 2 years. I'm excited for the kids to go back to school. I'm planning because Paul's going to be home. So there's 2 different things happening. Keegan's going to a back to school or a kindergarten camp, which is where just like half day. I think it's for 4 days, and he gets to meet his teacher. He gets to go to his classroom, and they like kind of do like a mini version of what the day is going to be like. He'll eat in the cafeteria, which is new because with Nate they didn't do that. Nate they didn't get lunch, but I think it's a good thing so he can kind of see the cafeteria and everything. And so they're doing that. So he starts that the week after next, and he does that for 4 days. And then, guys, hey! And then, Nate, clean off the table. So anyhow, then the real first day of school, I don't know if Paul's going to take off to, I think he probably will, at least the first day of kindergarten camp to see Keegan. It's really a bummer because, I bet he must have taken off for Nate. I don't know. It's whatever. But so he's going to go on the bus for kindergarten camp, and then for his real first day of school, Paul will be home, and I figure we're going to ship these kids off to school, and we always go up to the school. Whether or not they'll let us in, probably not. But we'll see him get off the bus and stuff. And then after that, I feel we will come home and we will have mimosas, because it has been over a year that I've been with these lovely children at home, and it's been fun. So I'm ready. I am so ready for them to go back. I know I'm gonna miss Keegan terrible. I miss Nate too, don't get me wrong, but I've been without Nate before. I've never been an entire day without Keegan before, for something like this. So I'm excited though. Keegan is super excited for school, so I can't complain. He's very, very, very excited about school. So, and he did so great. Like, pre-K was a little tough at times at the beginning, but he did really great with pre-K, so that's good. At the end though, he did kind of get a little whatever. Let's see what else. So, what else? Like, life has been happening here. Nate, do you want to get your doggy out? We took this week, our house was a disaster. I don't, again, think I filmed about a couple weeks ago. We went up in the playroom, we brought everything down, we went through it all. They donated a bunch of stuff all on their own. I was super proud of them. We didn't have to argue at all about what was being donated. They picked a whole bunch of stuff to go. So we did that. Kiki, pick up that little dinosaur so Doggy doesn't get it, please. And then the bins have sat here forever of just stuff that, like, little stuff that needed to be gone through and, like, donated or thrown out or whatever. So we finally did that this week. And then just yesterday, I wanted to get, because Keegan's locker that we bought for him almost a year ago has been sitting outside. So I want to, can you get him out, please? Put the leash on him and everything. He's going to get on the table. So Paul finally brought that in last night. It's kind of cobwebby and stuff. I got to clean it out. Get him outside, Nathaniel.
Oh, you didn't mean like get him out?
I meant get him outside and then he can be out. So we're going to get that cleaned out. It's really heavy and it's can I show you guys? Ooh, it's really heavy and it's really deep. It's much deeper than the one that Nate has in his room. I was really actually kind of looking for one like Nate had in his room, but more of a square version because Keegan doesn't have room for the long one. Nate's is actually not supposed to go like that either. It's actually supposed to stand on the floor and be tall. We cut off legs to it. But this is heavy. We're going to get it on the wall, hopefully. Possibly in his, when he goes upstairs, maybe it would just sit on the floor. As opposed to being on the wall because he's not going to have a ton of wall space. So if he had room in his room now, honestly, that's what I do with it. But anywho, so we, in sad news, we said goodbye to Nate's friend, and our friend, her parents became such good friends, and I wish that, I wish them like so much happiness and stuff down there. moving down there. Well, they're moving down there to be closer to her mom because she's from Columbia. Her mom's in Columbia, and it's just like an hour plane ride from Columbia to where they're at, or where they pick her up at the airport, wherever, I'm not sure. But they moved just this past weekend, and that was super, 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 super sad. But I really do wish them well, and our plan is, we had a little going away party for them up at the gazebo. Yep, good job. Healthy snack. So we had a little going away party for them up to the gazebo.
Right here. It's Mickey.
Oh wow, cool. So we had a little going away party for them, and when they were going, we took some pictures, and the little girl said to me, she goes, "You promise that you'll come down?" And I said, "Yes, we will be down. I promise, I promise, I promise." And she said, "And how long will you stay?" I said, "We will stay for like a week." So I promised her that. And so I've started to look, we've started to think about some things. We think we're going to go about the same time of year, probably in July. I thought about April, but I would be very surprised if the kids like week off lined up with theirs down there. So because they start so much earlier, maybe it would, I don't know. But I thought about that, but we need to have all the kids off for school. So what we're going to do, I think we thought about a hotel, but they are, for their first year down there, they're renting an apartment. And so I figured it would be a really cool thing for us to do instead of a hotel, for us to do like an Airbnb that we rent and have a pool. Paul, Nate, your dog needs to go potty. Take him out.
Where's the freaking leash?
I don't know. Go shut the gate and let him out front, and stop saying frickin'. I don't like that. So I've been looking into that. It's going to be pricey, but we have plenty of time to save for it because we're thinking we'll probably go like next July if it works for them. So, and I figure they're right in Central Florida too, which is close to Paul's brother and my dad.
I'm eating this.
I see, and we have our own space. People can come see us. It will be lovely. So that's what we're gonna do. I think I want to get somewhere with a pool. I want to make sure he's not out there too long because it is super hot, Nate. It's like 90 here today. So that's the plan. So we're gonna start getting that going, looking at that. We were going to take a trip for my birthday in December. I did out the budget for the rest of the year, and I was gonna put away some money, some serious money for that. But we decided, because I kind of wanted to go somewhere for my birthday, somewhere warm. But we decided to nix that plan and just use that money for our Florida trip. So we should have no problem. And I really think we'll probably fly, in all honesty. So it's going to be a pricey trip. It's hot out there. It's going to be a pricey trip. So make sure you get him in. And make sure he has fresh, cold water. Because we're going to do the Airbnb for like, I see like 8 or 9 days. And then, yep. Wow, look at Kiki. Let me show it on here. Ready? Go ahead. Ignore my dirty floor that hasn't been washed. He's doing fingertip push-ups. It's okay. Okay.
I can't do it.
It's okay. So, yeah, so that's going to be pricey. And then we have a car rental, and then we have, I do have credits toward plane fare, but flights are going up as long as people are getting healthier, and I don't know, maybe that won't last, I don't know. So that's a whole work in progress, but that's going to be a big trip for us. And then I think that we have kind of decided that going forward, I think we're going to take a weekly trip. Is he coming in? What is all over your socks? We're gonna come on. The air's on. Get him in here. You're letting our cold air outside. Make sure he has fresh water, Nate. So what I think we're gonna do is do like a week in Florida and then a week, you know, a vacation for us, because we're definitely gonna go on it. I'm gonna go down there every year to see Paul's brother, and so that's, I think, how we're gonna kind of do it going forward. We're looking into a cruise for the first of the year, like one of the, like either like February or March or something, but that's pricey too. And for right now, ideally, I would like to put away $10,000 every year for vacations. Vacations, weekend trips, things like that. Like money to go away. But with current situations, being in debt and stuff, we can't do that, but we're working toward that. So eventually we'll have that money and it will be so nice. I'm actually a little debt update. I am super, super, super happy that when I did the budget, I realized that we are going to be out of debt from everything but our house. Let me think. Where's my bill book? Our house, and I know my student loans.
Not like that, Mom.
Because I owe $1 million in student loans. Not really, but a lot. But Paul's truck will be paid off. Loans will be paid off. Let's see. We will be out of debt with almost everything. We'll have a credit card that we're still paying off. I think. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, we'll have a credit card that we're still paying off. Paul's truck will be paid off. So we have a little tiny bit more on one credit or one personal loan, and then my student loans, and then the credit card, which is not got a lot on it, but I mean, as far my student loans are the most. I don't know. I owe like I don't even know how much in student loans. Maybe $30,000 on a lot of money. So we're gonna start putting some thousands of dollars toward the student loans come the first of the year. But yeah, we're excited. We're excited. So next thing I want to talk about is the property. We have absolutely loved having our parties up there this year. It has been awesome. Clearly, we have a ton of work to do and all that. I'm going to lower this a little bit. Clearly, we have a ton of work and all that to do, but we are loving. Peanut, get out of my office. How the your dog's in my office. Get him out. Out, out, out. Peanut. We have loved having the parties up there. I think it's nice because there is plenty of room. The only time there was a problem is for Keegan's party and it poured rain. And the gazebo, which is huge, gets filled up real quick with small people. With lots of people. I think, he doesn't need to be in, he's fine. Just get him out of my office. I think that we're going to look into some kind of, I don't even know what it is. I gotta do some research. Like roll-up shades that when it, because it only ever comes in the one side, that we can have them down. Obviously, when we get the one part fixed, that's gonna have like the table and stuff. That will be more space. So I think that there is fixes to that, but it's a work in progress. So this is what we've decided. So we're gonna keep just plugging along. I don't know how much more is going to be done this year because usually about this time of year, and I notice it's starting to happen now as well, we're getting tired of working. Like 7 days a week, we're tired of it. So we didn't do as much this summer as I kind of wanted to, but that's for a multitude of reasons. It's been tough on all of us knowing that our friends were leaving. So we've spent some time with them. Nate, what is your dog chewing on? It's been, and why is there an open paper clip by him that could get in his intestines and kill him? Right there, purple. Thank you. It's been just a lot going on. Just a lot going on. And Nate has done a bunch of like activities that the school did this year for the first time ever. With the bowling and the lacrosse and the he's doing a civics class this week. Next week he's got baseball, and it's just the movies. We've just been running a lot. So by the time like the weekend rolls around or like there's other things to do, none of us are really feeling it. So that's that. But, so back to the property. So I'm all over the place here. So what we want to do is first thing we're going to do, I wanted to try to get it done, and what needs to happen is the roof needs to be fixed on the property. We need to get that roof done in order to mitigate the damages that are there right now, because as of right now, there's a huge hole where it's just letting all the weather in, obviously. And so the roof has to come first. So we wanted to really try to get that done this year. It's just not going to be feasible. It's not going to be feasible time-wise. It's not going to be feasible monetarily-wise, because we are really trying to get like the truck paid off and stuff like that by the end of the year, and some other loans and things like that. Keegan, just please put the stool away. So these kids, they need time away from each other is what they need, and they'll be just fine. So so the plan is we are going to please put the gate up. Put the gate up. The dog's out. We are going to. Paul's still getting some overtime. I had overtime for a time. I don't have any more. I may be getting it back. I don't know. But we're going to put the extra money toward, we're going to have like, because we have different, I think I've said this before, we have different accounts for different things. Like we have a house account for like homeowners insurance and taxes and eventually maintenance on the house and things like that. We have vehicle for gas and maintenance and saving up for a new vehicle. We have an account for like vacations and things like this, because ideally we'd put money away toward those things every week, which right now I'm just trying to go, like as Dave Ramsey says, gazelle intent, so I'm not putting things toward like vacation stuff right now. We'll start that again the first of the year. But for right now, until the first year, I want to get the stuff paid off. Then we'll reel it back a little bit, because there'll be less going, because I will have paid stuff off, so more, you know how it works. So anyhow, we're going to open up a separate account for the property, and that will be mainly for money that we need for repairs. Obviously, lumber is ridiculously priced. We're hoping by the spring it'll come back down. We do think we're going to put a metal roof on it versus like a shingled roof. So that will be a little bit less money. But the other thing I'm looking into is auctions. There's this company that's like, I don't know, it's probably an hour from us, that holds building material auctions. So they do them like pretty much every couple weeks. I've been looking at that. Like they do like a lot of like underlayment for the floor, like the subfloor. They do like a lot of the metal roofing. So I've been looking at that and just kind of see like what it goes for, so that I can start to kind of prepare. They sell like entire kitchens, like the cabinets in the kitchen. It seems to be a much better deal. All the stuff is brand new. It seems to be do not dig at my coffee table. I will beat you. What are you doing?
I'm just giving Elmo and Pikachu a Band-Aid because they hurt.
I swear we should have stock in Band-Aids. Keegan goes through like a box a week. Okay, but just one for each and that's it. Pikachu and Elmo are hurt. Okay. I took this adorable picture last night, Keegan and Paul, because I stayed up last night to work and get stuff done, which that's a whole other story. But Paul was snuggling Pikachu. Peanut, get off Pikachu. Peanut's got Pikachu. Paul was snuggling Pikachu. Keegan was snuggling. Get him.
Get back.
All right, but don't leave him on the floor. Pick him up. And that was just funny. I took a picture. But anyhow. So, Roof is gonna come first. Roof is gonna. Are you alright?
You got him all slobbery.
Ew. Do you wanna go get a wipe and wipe him off? So, Roof's gonna come first. We're gonna demolition, and I told Paul if we could just make a plan to take the big black garbage bags up there, because there's still stuff in the house. Take the big black garbage bags up there through the winter, because like I said, we start to slow down right about now doing work up there. And if we just go up and we set a limit, I think here at the house we can have like 6 garbage things out We only ever have one. If we did 5 bags a week, which would, in all honesty, there's so much stuff up there that it would literally take us maybe an hour a week dedicated to getting the garbage out of the house. That will make, come spring, us be able to demolish on the walls and stuff and check on the studs and see where we're at. I'm positive that most of the walls are fine, just because everything that is looking bad, it's the roof. So we need to get the roof done. And then, oh, I don't think I mentioned, because I don't think I had a battery at the time, but we bought a door. Let me see if I can find a picture of it. We bought a door for where we're gonna make the front door. Let me see if I can find it. Why are my photos all of a sudden like this? So on a separate technology issue, like I said, I stayed up late last night to work. I find out this morning that I never, hardly ever delete everything out of my recycling bin. And I found out yesterday, instead of deleting the cases I had turned in, I deleted everyone I was working on.
Oh, really?
Yes. Tried all morning to do like a disc fix thing. Nope, couldn't get them back. It's not awful, because the cases, I wasn't working on anything like actively, like they were all addendum reports, so I was waiting for records. And those copy like the initial report I turned in, so it's not terrible.
Posting this stuff on YouTube?
It could be worse. Yeah, I think I'm okay, thanks. So, what am I looking for? What was I going to show y'all? The door. I could show you this door. See this door right here? That bluey colored one? It's really more green, but we're going to use that as the dining table. I was researching how to like use the resin. Let's see. What else? Pictures of our going away party.
He's not talking.
Okay, we'll make him talk. Beat him.
No. He's not there.
Maybe I don't have a picture of it. But it's a nice, simple, craftsman style door. It's just got like 4 glassed windows and just a plain door. But it's brand new. They said that they ordered it and the frame was broke, so it's just the door itself. So we can build a frame for it, no problem, because we need to move the door anyway. I want to move it more over to the middle of the house. House-wise, let me show you what I'm talking about, because I just saw pictures of the house that I took the other day. Because I thought, here's the front, up to Mom's house. I thought we could just remove this current door and just switch out, but I can't do that because the hinges are in the wrong place, so Paul's got to just buy a new thing anyway. And then, if you guys remember the door that we used in the camper we bought, the reason I didn't use that one is because it was smaller. The one in the camper is 32 inches. The door that's there is 36, and I do want a 36-inch door. So the 32-inch door we're going to use on the side of the house. The side, here's the front of the house right here. We're going to use that on this side right here, because eventually we want to build a garage over there. That will be the entry to the garage. Then where the front door is currently, which I don't have any pictures of. Keegan, shut the door. It is hot out. We're not going outside. Come in and shut the door. Come in and shut the door, please. It's not, we're not going to swing right now because it's going to storm. I told you that, remember? Nate, help him shut the door. Okay, let go. Now push, 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 push. Good job. So, on the front, where the front door is now, I've been on the hunt for, because we're trying to do this as nice as possible for as cheap as possible. I have been on the hunt for either like French door. I really want French doors. I really want the big open light. I found a lot where like not so much sliding glass doors. I don't think they're super popular anymore, but the French doors I have. He is chewing on a vacuum piece, Nathaniel.
Just put him in his cage if he's being this bad.
He is being a bad boy.
Just give him your bones.
Give him a bone to chew on.
He's going in the cage.
I'll throw it out. We never use it. It's one of the vacuum attachments.
Oh, he's going in the cage.
Why it's even out? I don't even know.
Back.
No, just stop. Because we have to run around tonight. So, I've been on the hunt for French doors. I found a couple, but only one of the doors opens. Like, that's one. I want ones just pretty much what's in our bedroom. Upstairs where we can open it and have it, you know, be a real, I think it'll be a really pretty entrance to the gazebo. So, hello? Hello? Why don't you sit on the ground and play with your dog? Hello, where you at? No, and I'll see you when you get here. Bye. The other thing that we want to do is... Okay. Hello? We're all going to do it because we have a bunch running around to do. Bye. So, Nate, please, I have 30 minutes left in the SD card. I want to get this update done. Thank you. The other thing we are looking for is coming out of the master bedroom where there's like a V in the back of the house that we're going to build like a deck that goes there. In the future, that's the plan. We want to put some kind of a door from the master bedroom going out to that deck. I found a door that I really, 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 really liked. It was on Facebook Marketplace, and I think it would be beautiful. It was a double door as well. Not all glass, it was like half glass, but I really need to find the door for the front first. I can't, we are trying, it's been a tough thing to only get what is absolutely necessary right now before we start piling the money up, because we have to stick to this budget. We have to get stuff done. We have to, if we want all this stuff to fall into place like it's going down to Florida to do the week at the Airbnb and stuff, we have to watch ourselves. So the main thing is I wouldn't even worry about the doors right now, but the front door does not close, where the front door is now facing the gazebo. So we seem to be having some people that are helping themselves to things on the property that are not secured. So we need to make that a priority. It's not like it's any, I don't even know, it's a whole thing. It's not like it's, but it's just annoying. People shouldn't be there. But that is what it is. So that's basically what's happening, is we're trying to get the house secure. There are a couple windows on the side that are broken. We have we're just gonna board those up for right now. So we're gonna do that going into the winter, and then, like I said, in the winter we're gonna work over stuff to get it cleaned out and start demolitioning, which should be fun times. So that's the property update. That's a plan. We have a plan. I'm glad, because I have really tried lately to not overwhelm us with stuff to do, because the reality is it just leads to disappointment, and you feel like a failure because you have all this stuff on your to-do list, you don't get any of it done, and then you're so frustrated like you don't touch anything. So I've really tried to minimize what I expect out of us. Plus, fall is a busy time for us. Fall is our favorite time of year, and it's obviously right before winter when we're like stuck in the house. So I like to do things in the fall. I like to have our weekends be going out and having fun and doing things with the kids. I really, really, really like that. So this fall I told the kids to start thinking of some things like to put on our bucket list for the fall. Because I really, like I said, our summer has not been super eventful. We've gone up to my mom's, when the rain is not raining, and we haven't gone on a lot of trips or anything like that. The last time we really didn't even day trips was, I think, for spring break. Whoops. So for the fall, because we didn't get a super eventful
I will
summer,
go with Dad.
for the fall, I will.
I meant Moana.
I got it. Go. Okay, so the kids just went with Paul, thank heavens. So this fall we have, as we always do fall, we have a lot of things planned. This Saturday, we are actually going to get family pictures done. Different from the girl that did these. She raised her prices, and I love her. I really do. But she doubled in price. So to get this done, when we did this last fall, was $100 or 50. I can't remember, but it's now 150. So I guess it didn't double, but high enough. It's 150 now for a session, and that's just because then on top of that, then I have to buy the prints, and it just gets, it adds up. So there's this sunflower field, as there are a million of them around, I'm finding. There's a girl that does photography down in them, so we're getting them done Saturday, which will be our fall pictures. I have to figure out everyone's gonna wear. It's Wednesday, I have days, I guess. So I gotta figure all that out. What else? Okay, so we're doing that. So kick off to fall. So I think I told the boys, I start thinking about like a fall bucket list, what you want to do. We're going to do the things that we always do, and I would hope that we'd be able to find a few more things to do, but we're at the point where like we're just sick of working all the time, either up at Mom's or here, and we get this way every single year at this point. Spring is like refreshed energy, we're gonna get all this stuff done, and then by August, it starts every August, I'm spent, I'm sick, I want downtime, Paul needs downtime. So we're gonna start working on like what we want to achieve this fall. I think that we're probably gonna do like another playground challenge, which we did last year, or the year before, no, last year I think, where we went, maybe, I don't know, maybe we've done it for a couple years, I don't know. But we're a playground challenge. Nate's sitting in the front seat. I've told him like 15 times not to sit in the front seat. We're gonna do a playground challenge where we go to a different playground once during the week. So I have some ideas for that. Before summer is over, I want to go and, whoops. Before summer is over, I want to go and do the carousel circuit here. You ride, I think it's 6 different carousels. You get a button, like you get, I want to do that with the kids. We've never done that. We've never, for whatever reason, which is ridiculous because we do everything that we can. We also got, I don't like these hiking passport things that the county is doing, where you can hike these different trails. And I think that would be fun. I think that would be really fun for the boys. You do like a rubbing of the trail, and it's like they have like a trail marker or something. I think that that would be fun. I want to do that. So the other thing that we're doing a week from this weekend is going away for Paul's birthday. We are so in need of a vacation where like there is no stress, there is no one but us. We need it. So I have been debating. So I have booked a hotel. I booked a hotel in Albany with just like a pool, and there's like it's one of the Hilton True hotels. I think it's like a new branch because we have one here too, but it's like a funner hotel. There's 8 chairs in the lobby, and there's a foosball table in the lobby. There's a pool, and I figure even if we just go, we're going up Thursday night, staying through Sunday. And I feel like we're just going to turn our phones off. I don't have to work. Paul's going to have to work for the weekend, and that's the way it's going to be. That is the plan. And if we feel like doing something, it's a big city. I actually was looking because Nate has been so busy, like I said, with the stuff for school, and he's really into lacrosse now. So I was actually on the lacrosse Facebook page. I can't get you guys straight. I joined the lacrosse Facebook page to kind of see, like mainly if I could see how much it was, and it's actually cheaper than baseball. So yeah, we'll do it. But I also saw that there was this tournament that they did up by this lake further north, and it looked really cool, the little town. And so I've almost thought about switching it to there because it's on a lake. The hotel prices are very comparable to Albany. I don't know. Because the hotel that I booked, it's got the 8 chairs in the lobby, which Nate loves. It's got the foosball table. It's got the pool. And it's also got a little nature hike that goes, like there's a paved path that goes back into the woods behind the hotel, which Keegan's kind of really looking forward to. So I haven't done anything yet. I don't know. I gotta make a decision because it's like next week. Keegan got for his birthday, which I guess is our tradition, he got when Nate turned 5, he wanted a camping themed birthday, so we did that. And I remember Paul ran over to Walmart for something. I can't even remember what it was at this point. He ran over to Walmart for something, and he came back with a backpack, a compass, a tent light, a flash, like all this stuff for Nate. And he's like, I just had to get it. He's like, I remember him saying, like, this is the last time, it's just Nate. So we decided for Keegan, for his 5th birthday, we'd do the same thing. So we bought him a backpack, and I got him a compass and a flashlight. And he is looking to taking that hiking. So I think that we will probably stay with Albany. But I'm just looking for some downtime, and honestly, that's all Paul wants. I did get him a few things, and I ordered them through Amazon. They already came, so I gave them to him. I got him a fire poker for our fire table. We've been doing a lot of fires out there. And I got him a wood grabber thing, whatever it's called. I got 50 packets of the stuff, the package you put in the fire to make it different colors. And I got him a new coffee cup because I found this amazing Arctic brand new coffee cup at a thrift store in, I want to say, Ohio. I almost think it's when we went to get the puppies. And he ended up leaving that one at the school when we were doing baseball pictures one year. And then I bought him another one for his birthday to replace that one. He ended up breaking the lid, and I don't know, I could never find lids to whatever, so I just bought him. I just bought another one. It's a 40 ounce. I told him, I said, this is the last one. You lose this, you break it, I'm not buying another one, because it was expensive. It was 40 ounces, and it was $30. But it's insulated. It keeps the stuff cold or hot for 12 hours, whatever, but still, come on. I'm not doing it again. So, that's our update. That's what's going on in our life. I'm glad. That's why I ordered my batteries, because I want to be able to record Paul's birthday. I think I'm not going to get him, because like I said, for the same reasons, we're trying to stick to a budget. I'm not going to get him anything else for his birthday except for cake. I'm going to order a cake to surprise him with up there. I ordered Keegan's cake. I've been using this girl here for all of our birthday cakes, and everything was going really well. And then I ordered Keegan's graduation cake from her. She had a big wedding to do that weekend, and I think that it was like frozen. It was awful. It was awful. She didn't do exactly what I asked her to do, and she's never done that before. I've ordered a bunch of stuff from her. I'll go back to her. It's not that, but I just, so for like Nate's or Keegan's birthday, I just ordered from Walmart. You can order online and, pick which store and they make it. I don't know if they make it. I don't know what they do. But anyhow, it was easier, and that's what I do for Paul's birthday. What else? What else? So that's it. Come along with us. I just feel like I haven't been able to update you on anything. We went and bought a half face cord of wood for our fire pit and stacked that all in the back. I was just talking to my friend whom I have not talked to in a while, and he is very self-isolating too, and that's really what I connect with him on. Like I get into these phases where like I just don't want to be around people. Like I like my little close knit thing, and I like it. Oh, something else that happened. So My aunt went to see Phil Jordan, who is a local psychic here, and he is awesome. He is so amazing. I went to see him many, many years ago before I even met Paul, so it had to have been like, see, Paul and I have been together 17 years, so it's probably like 18 or 19 years ago. And before everyone says like, oh, because whatever, he's very specific. Like, he told me there was a man in the spirit world that was missing part of his fingers that was around me all the time. My grandfather had a farming accident and missing part of his fingers.